Alright guys, things to do in Capuchin while the game is down. First, things that you can do in the lobby here is, if you go to the computer right here, if you go in the back, there is a fishy and that. And then, when you go over here, you can, it's a very satisfying click, so it's really cool to click. And over here on the rules board, don't do any of that. And also, in Stump, you can practice your wall climbing. It's pretty easy. It's kind of and it gets kind of easy to do after a while. Yeah. Once you walk outside of the stump, you can wall climb if you're good at it. And if you fall down there. And it gets kind of easy after a while doing it as well, because practice makes perfect. That way you will be a pro in the new update. Next, you can go down there in horror and horror level 2. And then if you walk over to the campfire, you can look at the board and wish you could play with people. And then when you go over here, there's a stump and you can practice climbing up it. It gets pretty easy after a while. Then, once you hop down from completing it a bunch of times, you can walk into shop. And as you're walking into shop, you can practice wall climbing, because practice makes perfect, and who wants to not be prepared for the new update coming, hopefully soon. Once you make it, here, in shop, on your left side, you see maybe even a Roomba, but as you walk over here, there's a mirror. And in that mirror, you can, well, do all sorts of stuff in it. Ooh, look at my neck. Just do all sorts of stuff in it. And since nobody's here to play with you, you're just kind of alone, just doing whatever you want. And, well, yeah. And playing with yourself in the mirror. Sometimes you even see yourself blink. Like that. Man. Then, as you go onto your right side of the room, onto the right side of the room, and if you walk in here, on the right side of the room, you'll see a door. And if you walk inside, there's a Monkey TV. And you can sit down, watch live TV, and watch the Monkey TV, and play with your funny monkey. And you can bounce on the chair, and, well, do all sorts of stuff. And next on the list, you can start the vents in which you can go inside them, but you probably will never go inside them ever because you're not a modder. Yeah. And then, or a moderator. And then if you go on to the back of the shop, I guess, when you come up the stairs, there's this, and you can play Flora's Lava. You practice your hand-eye coordination. See how good you are. And whether or not you're good at it, oh my gosh, you will be able to do good. And you can look at the Christmas cosmetics, wishing that you could buy them. And yeah, that's it for shop. So and also one more thing in shop is that, see right here, it's a glitch. You can come through here, so I kind of run around. And if you pull your hands through, And that's it for the Capuchin shop. As you're walking out, like I said before, you can also practice your wall climbing. I mean, your whatever this is called. Wall climbing, whatever you want to call it. And as you walk out, there's a playground where you can... I don't really know what you do at the playground. It's kind of there. I guess you could play Floor's Lava. And then you have over here Zero Gravity. As you walk into Zero Gravity, you are met with this, and then you can jump into it and play in here. I remember when I first got this game, one guy showed me Zero Gravity. I was gonna type in his name, but he left before I could type in his name because his battery died. He showed me Zero Gravity. We went up this tree stump and he showed me all the other maps. And yeah, it's pretty cool. And you could just float around, practice your swimming, because I'm pretty sure they're adding Zero Gravity in the new update. Oh wait, no, they are. Now, as we walk out, you can practice Zero Gravity glitch and all that, but we're not doing that. As we walk outside of the shop, as we walk outside of Zero Gravity, you can come over to the stump, and like we were talking before, you can practice wall running. You can practice tree climbing up it, or if you really want to, you can climb all the way up. You can climb all the way up and come up here. I still remember my first time playing Capuchin, and then you were met with a fish. And if you press it, make a funny noise. And well, that's that. The next thing that you can do in Capuchin is you can practice your wall running. You can practice your running. And you can just do that for half an hour if you want. I'm not entirely sure if if Butt Dust is getting paid for us playing Capuchin, even though it's shut down. But either way, let's pay Lemming a favor. No, let's play Butt Dust a favor and let's play his game. And even if he doesn't get paid, at least we're playing his game and not G-Tag. And yeah, that's it for the lower part of the map. However, you can play Horror and Sandbox, but I already said that. I did not say that. And then, if you climb up a tree in the back, you can get to the slide and fall to your death. And over here is the trampoline. You can bounce on it, and if you get all the way up there and bounce, you can go pretty darn high. And as we enter over here, you'll see Rip Jacket's dog. Just a moment of silence. Alright, here we go. And then, once we go into Snowland, you can practice your wall climbing again, wall running again, and wall climbing. As you walk out, you are seen with a bunch of slides. You can climb up here, which you can go into this vent too. You can slide down the slide, and we did not go that high. And then if you're not that good at the game, you will never have done this. But what I challenge you to do in the new update, what I challenge you to do is to try to get up here and go down the slide. It's underwhelming, but wow. And then as you make it back over here, you're seen with this. And you can practice your running up it. Or whatever you want to call it. Then you're met with two slides that you can slide down, or you can put your arm through and do the thing like in Gorilla Tag. Then you can go down the slide. Whee! It's really fun. And then you're in this tube. You practice trying to get out, or you can practice trying to stay in here for as long as possible. But I'm not going to do that now. The video's getting too long. At least I think. And then that's it for this room. You can practice your wall running out of it. That way you're a pro in the new update, and you are a pro at branching, tree climbing, whatever you want to call it. I mean your branches and your wall running. Speaking of wall running, over here in the corner, you can practice your wall running. I'm not too good at it in Capuchin. So yeah, you go practice. Hopefully you get better than me. Because I kind of suck. And then over here, on the other side of the map, there is Snowland. And there's not much to do in this. It's just kind of boring. But it's pretty cool. Because if you go into Snowland, if you're good enough, you can jump. And it's okay if you need to practice, but once you get on top, you can play Floor is Lava. Duh. And yeah, if you fall, then one point to the lava. Once you get up here, you can go for a swim. Bow. Yep, that's right. The water is ice. Yeah, I know. And you can practice your corner running, whatever you want to call this. Once you make it to the border. Yep. And you can get stuck on the ice. And while you're waiting for you to get stuck on the ice, you can recite your Slippy Monkey. Come on. And yeah, while we wait for me to get across the ice, what's that? Whoa. Sometimes you see that, and sometimes you can see all the fireworks. If you look up in the air, you can see the fireworks in space. Yeah, that's right, this is space, not nighttime sky, that's space. And practice while running out of it. Practice always makes perfect, am I right? Or am I right, lads? You can look at the vent, wish that you can get inside, and as you go out, well, that is pretty much all you can do in Capuchin while you're waiting. And also, like I said before, you can do a lot of practice. And once you get down, you can go in here. And if you go into the Game Modes and Queens, you can go on Horror or Sandbox. So let's check both of them out. And usually your hands are glitched like this. And there's Phase 1, Phase 2, and Phase 3. All three of them are pretty much broken, except for Phase 3. Wait, no, except for all of them. They're all pretty broken, but let's go back. So let's go back. I want to go home! I want to go home. Whoa, while we're waiting to go home, let's go to Phase 1. Let's go back home. And then while you're waiting, you look behind you and see the opposite of what you were looking at. Once you make it back, you can go Game Modes and Queens. And there's also a Sandbox mode. This isn't quite as broken, but your hands are... Like, my hands are right here. And my hands are right here. So yeah, this is also kind of broken too, but if you look over here, you have tools. There's Power Hammer. And if you spawned a whole bunch of them, you can... You can try, but you can't. But if you grab the delete... if you grab explosive, the delete hammer. Wait, the boom hammer. I'm afraid to pick it up. Do that. And sometimes if you're stuck, yeah, this is kind of broken. Send this off. If you grab the gun, go on props, grab the spear, you can do that. So let's just grab like 1,000,000. Put them all around us, that way it makes a circle. And boom! You crashed your game. We must crash our game. Look at all the spears. You created a mess. There's also broken zero gravity and that. And you have broken your game. Good job. Now we're gonna need to leave. Can we even... Yep, there we go. And there you have it. Not yet, though. So one more thing. Now, as we go back in Capuchin, there is still one more thing. You can watch the monkey while you're waiting. Once you log in, you can jump on here, bounce like this, and let's go back to Sandbox. Once you're in Sandbox, if you look over to your left, you see a hole in the wall. That's because you blew it up with the spears. But if you go in, you see a beautiful ocean. And if you've seen this before, then you will know that it's so broken. Yeah, that's right, it's broken. But it still looks really cool and empty. So yeah, you thought I was gonna say really cool. No, I said really broken. And then if you go over here, towards zero gravity, if we get over there, come on, Puchin, run. Oh yeah, and also, you can play in all the things, and with the crates, since the crates break, you can fill one up with thousands of crates and lag your game like crazy. Yeah, don't ask how I figured that out. But while we're still waiting for past me to get to the thing, why didn't I run faster? Now we're here. And if you're wondering, this is even cooler than the actual one in the real game. Well, think again. Now you're stuck. Now you're forced to do something that you've never really wanted to do. And you'll have to wall run out. As you wall run out, sometimes you'll fall. But I didn't. As I am wall running out. Now, I hit something. Yes! And then once you've made it out, that's about it for Capuchin. Yep, that's about it. That's all you can do. That's it. Yeah. That's all you can do. So, as you go home, you can look behind you again and look at your upside down self. And, whoop, that is it for the Capuchin. That's all you can do in the Capuchin game. Until the new remake. And, speaking of new remake, I'll see you all there. One day. I hope it'll come.